Button. There we go. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the Odyssey of the Dragon Lords as you fate-bound look to, I don't know, save the world. Basically, there's no two ways to put it to sugarcoat this. As I said in the chat, as Balin will not be joining us today, because where we ended off last session, Balin was talking to his father, and a result of that, I don't want to say anything more about it, but there are some interesting plot elements there. But we can effectively put that on hold until next week. So what we'll do, I think we'll say that Balin has had this conversation with his dad and is pondering over it exactly what to do. And you emerge from the king's palace in the city of Astoria. So, fate-bound, what would you like to do?
There were other reasons why we were here, right?
Yes, Kyra. Remember you, one of the... Let me bring up this this handout here. Handouts. Yes, so this was the prophecy of the oracle. These are the so-called great labours before you can sail to set into the three seas and face the Titans himself. You must shape the silver fires of the Lost Forge. No idea where that is. You must claim the mighty weapons wielded against the Titans by the very first Dragon Lord. The very first Dragon Lord was someone called Xander, as in Xander, which Kyra we said, and the tomb of Xander is in the necropolis. And finally, drink from the bottomless dragon horn. It'll reveal the vision. And the dragon horn that Kyra knows about is the horn of Balmetria, which is apparently held by Aesop in the Dragon Shrine. Now, I know a lot of you have tasks maybe in some of those locations as well, so it's up to you how you wish to proceed.
Would it be possible just to get a small reminder of what was said with Chiron? Or were we just discussing what the Oracle said?
With Chiron? You mean Kyra?
Kyra, sorry.
Well, she would have pointed out two things. Let me put you onto the Heartland map. So, the Horn of Balmetria is stored in Astoria here, with Aesop at the Dragon Shrine. So that is one part of the great labours you need to do. The other thing she mentioned was Xander, who was the very first Dragon Lord. Because if you read the prophecy of the Oracle, it says, you must claim the mighty weapons wielded against the Titans by the first Dragon Lord. The first Dragon Lord was Xander. Xander is buried in the necropolis at Tillamook. Does that make more sense?
Yep.
Well, with no other reason to be here other than trying to fulfill the prophecy. Zark's gonna hint to Brontes that perhaps we should. There's nothing else to do. Just go to the Dragon Shrine.
All right. So,
But on our way to the Dragon Shrine, is there a place where we could pick up like maybe a bounty or a job? Just because I know Galvan is going to need money for copying spells at some point in the future.
if you're looking to pick up any type of information, the best place to try and find out more information would be the Dragon's Tooth, which is like an inn of sorts, a public house. So, why don't we say on the way? Let's do the shrine, and then we can look at the dragon's tooth after that. That'll be the place to pick up
Okay.
runes, Gavrant, for jobs or any other bits and pieces. Okay, so
Gotcha.
you enter the dragon shrine, um, and so the dragon shrine, when you approach, this shrine sits at the end of a quiet street that runs into the wall of the gorge. It is a large stone building with a copper dome. The pediment above the door bears a marble engraving of the legendary dragon Balmetria. Inside the building, there is a strong smell of incense. You can hear the muttering of prayers as the priests of the shrine carries out their duties. And one of these priests approaches you. And this is what he looks like. There's an elfin gentleman. And he says, "Oh, I believe I know who you are. You're the chosen of the Oracle, are you not?"
Yes.
Yes, that would be us.
Well, it is good that you are finding your voice. Now, let's say me and Versi have been talking, and I know exactly what she has prophesied with you. And let me just say that I was a friend, a fellow, a helper of the original Dragon Lords, and let's just say some of them didn't live up to expectations.
Gavron's
I
gonna give a cheeky smile and go, "What do you mean?"
King Pythor and others among the five gods. They promised to defend these lands against the Titans, to fully defeat Lutheria and Sidon. But in a very real sense, they failed. They did not defeat the Titans. All they managed to accomplish was a truce for 500 years. So you could say the five gods failed. If it wasn't for the sacrifice of Mitros herself, then perhaps it would have gone even poorly. So the original Dragon Lords, in a very real sense, failed to defeat the Titans. This 500-year-old stalemate that is about to end is the best that they could accomplish, but not a victory by any means.
It looks like Galvron wants to say something, but he doesn't.
Let me also say that I would like to see the Order of the Dragon Lords come back and perhaps succeed where the first Dragon Lords failed. Which is why I look to you. I know some of you are flawed, some of you have shortcomings, but I still have hopes for you. And I will do whatever I can to, I guess, help you re-establish the Order of the Dragon Lords. Is there anything else I can help you with? I have been talking a bit. Why are you here?
We came for a drinking horn?
A drinking horn.
I believe Versi called it the horn of Bell something.
The Horn of Belmetria. Belmetria. That's how you spell it. Well, yes, the Horn of Belmetria has been kept for centuries here. It is the horn of the great dragon, our Balmetria. Um, it seems as if the forces of Sidon and Lutheria are already stacking against you, because I have some very bad news for you. The horn of Balmetria has been stolen. It is missing from the requilary just a couple of days ago, and I've been unable to locate it. I wish I had better news for you, my friends, but alas, I do not.
Sorry, how long ago you said it was stolen?
2 days.
Right.
Do you have any idea where they might have gone with it?
Well, all I know is it was taken from the requilary. I had a look at it myself, but I fear I am no great tracker.
Well, we could have a look, perhaps. Wait, if you could show us the place where it was taken.
Of course, Ulysses. Come with me. And he leads you down into the requilary, which I'm tripping over my own tongue to say. And the requilary is a small stone chapel with 3 alcoves protected by glass. The glass of the central alcove has been shattered, and dark purple stains are splattered over the floor surrounding it. I have no idea what these purple stains are, I am afraid.
Could I
Does
could
it
I
look
smell
like...
it to see if it's blood?
Yeah, you can do that, and you can even do it at advantage, because it's a smell-based check. I'm not sure
Is
that's
it
true for...
perception, survival? What is it?
To smell it will be perception, but if you're smelling it, I'm imagining minotaurs have really good noses.
Ooh.
I'm going to say you know it's not blood, is what you get from that, but you don't know what it is, but it's not blood. If nothing else, it's purple, and blood doesn't tend to be purple.
Ulysses would try to think of any creatures with purple blood.
You make a nature check. So you go through your list and trying to think of creatures with purple blood. You know, some toads, some frogs have purple blood, and a type of worm also has purple blood. Both of those things don't seem likely in this case, though. You know, frogs and worms, unlikely to be the culprit.
Okay, but does it form a trail somewhere?
Make a survival check.
Could I assist on that?
Sure can. Well, are you proficient in survival,
Yeah.
Zark? Then yes, you can.
I have a +5.
Nice.
Am I giving advantage or rolling myself?
Oof.
Oh. Yeah. You're too distracted by the blood, and Ulysses and Zark, you kind of wander around in circles. That's a shocker of a roll, David.
It's gonna be one of those nights, isn't it?
And what I'm gonna do if I can't find a trail and I can't identify the smell, I am going to see if there's any signs of breaking in. Like, is the only way in the way that we went in? Is there any doors? Are there any breaking in?
Okay, make an investigation check. Let's see how this goes.
Can't be worse than what we've been rolling.
Um, the as you investigate around the requillary, I mean, there's got these glass alcoves, and the glass has definitely been broken inwards. So someone has broken in as opposed to breaking out. And I'm going to say with investigation, you come across some really small hoof prints. Like much smaller than the prints you would leave, for example, Zark.
Could it be satyr who tracks?
Could be. Could be satyrs, could be smaller minotaurs, could be goats, could be cows, could be sheep. But they're two-legged. Definitely two-legged, so, definitely not a sheep.
Right, so I do, when I spot those, I try and avoid stepping on them to avoid spoiling them. I let everyone know, point them out. Ask Brontes to ask ASL if they noticed these footprints before. Or
Ask who? Aesop, you
is
mean?
this new? Yeah.
No. I do not know what that is. The city is almost predominantly dominated by humanoids. Like almost all humans, some dwarves, some elves like myself. But these are very much out of place. I'm surprised I never noticed these before.
Satyr around. I'm trying to ask if there's any. Where do satyrs live in town now? Is it common? You just said there's not a lot of them. Does he know of any?
Satyrs. The closest thing I could think of would be. Let me just check something. I know there's just to the south of town there is a halfling enclave that has. They're very fond of merriment and singing. Every so often there's a satyr visiting there, but that would be my best guess.
For my background,
Mm-hmm.
do I know the dragon horn, the bottomless dragon horn? Did he used to belong to someone before he was here?
Yeah, it belonged to the great dragon Balmetria, who fought in the First War. In Kairos, yeah, it's a literal horn of a dragon, the great dragon Balmetria, and actually her body's buried over in the necropolis. And I assume she was cool with this because it'd be very disrespectful otherwise. But yes, a literal dragon horn of Balmetria. And it's very concerning that it's missing.
I shrug my shoulders like I don't know where to go from here. Could be literally anyone.
We try to follow these tiny hoof prints.
Yeah, okay. Do they lead anywhere? Like away or inside? Do they disappear suddenly?
Make a survival check. And why don't we have Bruno make this one Ulysses? You can do it as advantage because Ulysses is also proficient in survival. Oh
I
my
rolled
god!
double 2 as well. I rolled double 2 as well.
My god.
I just have a +5.
That is amazing. Just roll it again. Make sure the dice aren't cursed, Bruno. Just roll another survival at advantage.
I can, just watch me roll double 20s.
It won't matter.
19.
Won't matter. Oh, that is a 7. Yeah, as Ulysses and Zark are trying to track these things, unfortunately you both kind of go over the top of the trail and you kind of mess it up. So you look all around sort of this area. You just get yourself confused and lead nowhere. That is amazing.
Yeah, I keep getting distracted because I think Brontes haven't showered. It's just distracting my tracking skills.
And Bronte said, "Oh, maybe it's my fault. Maybe I should have given you guys some inspiration. Maybe played a tune while you were going. And we'll know for next time."
How big is the town, the city that we're in? Like, how many feet across, approximately?
Oh, let me get out my ruler. About 700 by, say, about 1,000.
Okay. I could try to locate this object, but I have to be quite specific with what I'm locating, because I'm gonna get closest to the. I'm gonna get attracted to the closest reliquary. But maybe if we can go to the southern part of town, I can cast this spell and then follow the trail from there. That way, it should be closest to the thing that we're looking for.
What's the range of your spell there, friend? Says Akira.
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet. Okay.
I suggest I gesture. Can we have a drawing of how this horn looks like?
Yep. I think I have some art. Yep, this is the Horn of Belmetria. Aesop provides you a sketch of it. That's what it looks like.
Cool.
So you think you can find it, Ulysses?
I think so. It's quite a specific object. I could be quite specific in my request to the gods to point me to it.
All right. Well, where do you want to cast it?
Probably this south end of town. Probably it's where you said that the city sometimes live. So
It's a
I can only hold
1,000
it up.
feet radius, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just put 1,000 feet radius on your token there, and you see the whole city is lit up. Just for comparison's sake, here's a 500-foot circle. Oh, sorry, I didn't put it on distance. You can see it. There's 500 feet. So, it's well is double that. So where do you cast it from, Ulysses?
What do you mean? What do I cast it from?
Where do you cast it from? Since range is a factor, where do you cast it from? Like at the south gate?
Yeah. Yeah, or maybe just a point where you. I think about here.
Out here? And how long does this spell last for?
Yeah.
What's the duration?
10 minutes.
Okay, so this is what we'll say. You come cast it here, you reach out your consciousness looking for a ping on the Horn of Belmetria, and nothing pings. Nothing is revealed itself. You wander to the south gate. And giving the directions by Aesop, this should definitely include the Halfling Enclave, where they occasionally have satyrs visiting. Nothing there. Head to the north gate. Nothing there. And you do a full tour of the entire city. Nothing pings. So whatever it is, it's not within 1,000 feet of the city.
Okay. Well, that's something. But it's not much.
Perhaps it might be prudent to question some of the people that were here. Maybe they see something.
Oh, well, of course. I can bring some of my acolytes. Let me go fetch one. He was here praying when the horn was taken. Just a moment. And he comes back.
Just a question,
Yes.
Malcolm. It's been 2 days. How far away, if a person who stole this was in traveling, and let's say at a normal pace, how far away could he be right now if all he did was run away and rest?
Okay. Well, the average would be 20 miles a day. So if we do a 40-mile radius from where you are, those are the places he could get to. Wait, do you see that?
I think
Oh,
we're still on
yeah.
the city map.
Oh, no, sorry. We'll do that. And we'll do that. There we go. That's a 40-mile radius. 2 days that they went.
You're
Nothing
right.
but straight.
You literally have gone. I was thinking if he was aware of the prophecy, maybe also going to the necropolis. But he could have gone anywhere with this.
Yeah. That's a lot of distance to cover. Okay, so Aesop comes back with someone who was busy there. It's a guy called Tessos Gil. I mean, I'm not great with Greek names. But Tessos Galandius? Galaniadus. There we go. Tessos Galaniadus.
Galenitis, I think.
Galanitis. That sounds better. He says, yes, I was here praying at the time when I heard the break-in, and I went to investigate, but by the time I got there, everybody else was gone. Uh, is there anything specific you're interested in? I mean, we'd very much like the horn to be retrieved, brought back to us.
Perhaps any unusual visitors or weird occurrences you might have seen within the last 2 days.
Just roll me a d20, Joe. We'll see.
Sure thing.
Unusual visitors. To be honest, the most unusual visitors we've had for quite a while is you lot. We don't often get visited by, we'll say, fine folks just such as yourselves. I mean, Aesop has shared the prophecy with us. But strange visitors? No.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, spoiler alert, it's this guy. This guy took the horn.
So that's why I was pointing him to. Oops, it's right there.
Yeah, think of him as
That's
decoration.
20 miles as well on the dot.
are there any groups or syndicates that would that have been making themselves known as of late around the city? Like perhaps a group of thugs or a political group rising to power? Anyone of note?
Well, the most obvious visitors to the city, there's a delegation of Lord Sidon here. They're preparing for some type of great sacrifice at the Rock of Estor. What the hell is the DM talking about? Rock of Estor? This is the rock down here.
That doesn't seem like a good. I say that's not a good spot for a sacrifice. There's 2 basilisks down there.
Yep, not sure why they were there. Yeah, there's a delegation of Lord Sidon here. There's a great sacrifice to be made at the Rock of Estor. And, yeah. So that'd be the only unusual visitors here in the city.
Malcolm.
Yes. Whoops.
I'd like to go back to the broken case and to those purple stains.
Sure.
Can I cast ritually detect magic around the area?
Sure. Let me just check something. Sure. So you head back into the temple. You go about your ritualistic task, and the the stains on the purple glow. The purple stains glow ever so slightly of magic. And now that you're attuned to this magical thing, you see the trail of these purple stains heading this way.
Nice. And because a detect magic is a divination spell, I'm gonna give Zark 7 temporary hit points.
Nice. You got that, Zark?
Roger that. That puts me at 32. 31.
Good stuff. And then I say to Russ, apparently that purple stuff is magical, so you can trace it if you guys want to follow it.
I think the map broke.
The map broke?
Map's okay.
Yeah, it's like halfway off the screen.
I did
Not
accidentally
for me.
move it, but I did move it back, so I don't know, maybe your computer's lagging behind. But I did break it temporarily. Okay, so leaving the temple, you start following the trail of this magical purple stuff. And it loops around the city and eventually starts heading out into the heartlands.
While we're still in town, can I buy a few things?
Well, sure. And also, well, what would you like to buy? We'll start from there, and we'll do your thing as well, Galvarant. You wanted to see if there's any jobs going. Okay,
Yes.
but let's start with Helena. What are you looking for?
So I would like to buy 10 gold worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs, and a brass brazier.
I think those things will be easy enough to find. We don't need to RP that out. So yep, just add up the 10, take off the 10 gold pieces for that, and you're good. And Galvront, you wanted to check out some rumors. Okay, so you head over to the Dragon Tooth, and it's odd. It's a nondescript building with carved white stone accents. But this popular public house distinguishes itself by the sheer of amount activity in it and all around it. Patrons regularly drift in and out of varying states of sobriety, and the scent of food and raucous conversation emanate from the open doors and windows. You wander in, grab a table, and Galvront, why don't you roll me a d8? 4. Let's have a look. So you overhear a rumor inside of the tavern, Galvront, and you learn that teenagers in the region have been disappearing lately, including Theracles' daughter. Now, Theracles is the old man who runs the vineyards in Astoria, which are up here. So, teenagers have been disappearing, and Theracles' daughter has disappeared in particular, and that's what you pick up on, Galvront.
I'll make a small note on a piece of parchment paper and put it in my bag.
Okay.
Might be good to look for on the way.
Whilst we're wandering the city, are there any pamphlets or flyers, or anyone advertising any theatre on the public amphitheatre tonight or today?
No, but in about 5-day time, there's going to be a big wine festival, and performances will be put on at the public amphitheatre. So not today, but soon there's going to be a big wine festival, and there'll be, in fact, many plays at the public amphitheatre.
So I suppose at one point it's written on a flyer or a billboard or whatever advertised. You find Zark just quietly looking at it, almost has a smile on his face. Doesn't say much, but he's looking at it like sounds like a cool thing.
Cool.
Maybe they need some music.
No.
What do you think, Brontes? Did we want to maybe perform at the theater?
Oh, well, maybe as part of the wine festival, I can play a few licks like this. Ah, my button breaks. Did that work? Oh, there we go.
That did work.
Yeah, maybe as part of the wine. I mean, I don't want to speak for the player, but maybe as part of the wine festival, we could do a bit of a show. That sounds like fun.
I take a mental note to make sure that in 5 days, you said?
Yes, it'll be a wine
5
festival.
days we're in the vicinities.
In 5 days, we're gonna drag Brontes there, whether he wants to or not.
Doesn't matter. I'm counting now.
It's like, oh, Brontes, you thought you actually had a choice in this.
Okay, so you took a note about the missing teenagers, Gavrant?
Yes. Yes, I will.
Now, I will point out that if you wanted more information about that, Theracles, who lives up here in the northeast of town, he has lost a daughter, so maybe that's something you could follow up on. But it's up to you.
You mean like split from the party?
You don't necessarily need to, but I'm always encouraging a split up the party, but it's up to you.
Sure. Well, or I'll watch a bit of their performance first, and then I'll make way to Heracles' house.
We're not actually performing right now. We were just talking about it because the wine festival's in 5 days.
Ah, right. Sorry. In that case, I'll go back, or we're all sitting together anyway, so I'll just kind of point out, like, hey, I have a possible lead for a separate matter, but we would have to talk to somebody by the east gate, Pericles. Would anyone care to make the journey with me?
I grunt.
Alrighty.
Come on, guys, we took the oath of friendship. We got to support each other. Come on, guys, let's go.
Oh, okay. I'll join you. Just hope it's not going to be too dangerous.
We're talking to a father. How dangerous could it be? As 10 adult red dragons land. Okay, so you...
How dangerous could it be? An old man suddenly shows up with yellow parakeets on his shoulder.
Nope. This lonely vineyard, where you heard Theracles lives, is on the outskirts of the city. Wooden trellises erupt from the tilled soil in neat, symmetrical rows. Healthy green vines wind around these structures, bearing a bountiful crop of brilliant purple grapes. After some walking, you find a fit middle-aged man among the vines, pruning the plants with great care. Prong, hearing your approach, the man turns to greet you. Although he appears friendly, his brow is deeply furrowed with apprehensions. So, hello, visitors. Welcome to my vineyard. My name is Theracles. Is there something I can help you with?
Hail, good sir. We're actually here to assist you. Rumor has it that there's been some unseemly activity involving the youth of this city.
Oh, unseemly activity is not exactly how I would describe it. But my dear daughter, Coroner, she just left. As soon as she left, I asked around the city, and apparently she just walked out and headed somewhere south of here. She's a good girl. She just wouldn't do something like that. but my daughter is missing, and I don't have much, but I could maybe give you a reward if you could find my daughter. I'd be ever so appreciative. I've just been worried sick.
Do you have any of her, do you have a description of or parchment drawing of what she might look like?
Yes, I do. And whoops. Thought I had a picture of her. Just a sec. Oh, looking at the wrong place. That's why. Yeah, she looks like this token here. That would be a fairly good description of her. She's not that big.
Young human, brunette hair, purple and white garments. Okay. When you spoke with her last, did she seem in her right mind?
You did. As I said, she's a good girl. Always helped me out in the vineyard, helped to till the soil, do the hard work. I mean, she's stronger than she seems. As I said, she's a good girl. I just simply do not understand why she's disappeared. I mean, I did hear rumors of other children just leaving of the teenage years, but I never thought Coroner would go the similar way. I'm simply worried sick. And while I don't
You were saying that this has happened before.
Yes, to other teenagers, yes. So at least 8 have gone missing over the past few months, and the vast majority of them good children, but they just left. Don't understand.
Very well. My associates and I will take a look around while we are fulfilling our duties. Expect to hear from us within the week.
Well, yes, if you could bring her back within a week, I'd be ever so grateful.
Of course. And I'm going to walk back over.
We'll definitely try to bring back the other teenagers, too.
Well, of course, any teenagers you can bring back, but please, bring my coroner back. She's a good girl.
Galfront is going to walk back to Zark, Ulysses, and Helena. And with not a secretive, but like a softer tone of voice, he's just going to say, what do you all make of this?
Well, they were probably lured out by some kind of magic, it appears.
Yes, but I should think that the guard or militia or whoever would have been more attentive to something like this.
Reminds me of a really old legend I don't really like.
Well, if you feel like it might shed some light on this situation, I'd be more than happy to hear it.
Her eyes just go really big and just like start shaking her head back and forth frantically. It's like, no, it's nothing.
No offense intended. We can skip that then. And I'll say that Bjalvrant starts walking and talking, like maybe back towards the center of the city.
Sure.
You think there would have been a memo or word put out by the town criers about this, but that's the first I've heard of this situation. They're peculiar, if I'm honest.
It seems like a bit of a needle in the haystack, right? What do we have to go on? Says Kyra.
We have to go on that there are at least 8 other families who might have seen something different or a possible direction.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, like you said, finding a needle in the haystack. But I imagine we can complete both jobs in tandem.
Do you still pick up the track there, Ulysses? You still see the magical purple trail?
Yeah, I might have had to recast it, but
Sure. Well, it's ritual, right? So you can keep popping it off.
yeah.
If you want, I can help search from the sky. It might help us cover a bit more ground, being able to see from up in the air.
All right.
That might work.
All right. So we are following this trail, guys.
Yeah, let's follow the trail.
All right. So you head out into the heartlands. So as you leave the bustle of the city, with every so often Ulysses spamming the detect magic, and mm, yeah, you get about a mile or so out of the city when these the purple trail uh, dries up. Um, so what do you guys do? The purple, because the purple thing has just stopped, and it's plainly stopped because whatever was producing this purple stuff has stopped producing this purple stuff.
Um, but it was. Are there any footsteps and different trail that is like parallel that we could have picked up? Like these footsteps
Sure.
always match this purple trail, and can we continue following the footsteps?
I'm not sure who to ask to roll at advantage. I'm nervous. Who wants to take the responsibility, Zark or Ulysses?
Can we just each roll normally?
Sure. Sure. So
What
both
is
of you
this
make a
for
roll.
again? Sorry.
Survival. The purple trail has stopped, and now you're relying on traditional trekking methods.
Natural one.
Oh my god.
I'm scared. For fuck's sake.
We're the best, guys.
We're the best trackers in the world.
The best. Oh my god. So we've had a double two, a one, and a four on the dice.
We're
You
done. We're going
follow.
back home.
You follow where you think the trail goes, and you head down here. Can I roll a dice here? Two, and you start heading down this way. No, you kind of lost the trail, and you follow these hoof prints, but it's messy. Now, uh,
Did you want me to scout up ahead, guys? I might be able to pick up something for us.
Yeah, just take to the sky. If you see any buildings or anything abnormal, maybe you can see it.
okay. So you unfurl your wings, Helena, and woof, go into the sky. I'm going to say this is a perception. There's no real, broken twigs or anything like that you could follow. So make a perception check.
Perception.
If possible, I am proficient with perception.
Okay. Let's see what Helena. Okay, and let's say you're not doing the traditional method of tracking, but you're keeping a close eye on the ground there. So make me a perception check as well, Galvrant.
Yep.
Kind of keeping an eye out for any landmarks or anything that might stand out that maybe tracks might be going to.
Well, you definitely can't see tracks as you're flying around. Galvrant, don't really notice anything. Um, the only thing you notice from this distance is there's the temple. Well, the temple is hidden in cliffs, but you know the temples are there. And you see a temple down here, but that's it. But what you do see, I'll say, Helena, in addition to those things, about 500 feet to the north of the party, you see another flying creature descending on some type of prey, and you hear the scream of a person and the whinny of a horse. What do you do, Helena?
Uh, gonna dive down to the party real quick. Guys, somebody's in trouble back there, and then like quickly fly off in that direction.
You guys go with her?
I'm already
Galvron's
right
gonna start.
practically.
Wait,
Already.
stop! It might be a trap.
Okay,
He'll
so
run after.
you go run in the direction of and you come behind, just quickly behind a bush running, and then you see the sight. You see this massive bird, um, bigger than a horse, with long wings and claws, and you see that it's a grisly sight. um, there's this bird with blood-soaked fur and feathers, and it's devouring a freshly killed horse. And the remains of a mutilated rider, a heavy-armed and armored man, has been scattered nearby. Intent upon enjoying its feast, this bird-like creature appears to not have noticed you. And let's just set the scene. So you're all hiding behind this bush, and you see this creature feasting on a horse and a mutilated body of a person. What do you do?
I'll
Just
look.
run out of here.
Is there any survivor out of this?
Um, Make a perception check.
Can you make it with advantage? Because Helena was trying to look for the person who was calling out for help.
Sure.
Oh wait, no, I can't give help because I don't have
Yeah. You can make
proficiency, so never mind.
It's the best roll of the night for me. It's a 7.
You look around and you don't see any other creatures alive of note. There's lots of birds chirping and stuff like that. Um, Even from this distance, even with the worst perception roll in the world, the horse and the man are obviously dead. More of the outsides, the current outside should really be on the insides, and the man's head has been smashed in, so very obviously dead.
So do we know what this creature is and its habits? Like, is it known for attacking men?
Make a nature check.
So I'm not very
Nat
intelligent.
1.
7. It's still the best roll of the night.
Yeah, you're not sure. What you do know, I'll guess, it has a big beak, it has a big claws, and it's using them to rend this horse to shreds.
Well, given that Helena just said there's someone in danger, I am going to try and stealth to the upper side here.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
Yeah, there you go. Pretty consistent.
Where were you
Is that your
stealthing
third
to?
7?
Okay. So as Zark heads through the forest over there, what are the rest of you doing, if anything?
Galvrant is going to turn to the party members, and he's going to start strategizing. I can bind the creature to the earth and keep it from moving, but that all depends on what it is we wish to do. Do we wish to subdue the creature? Do we wish to kill it?
As you're saying this, you hear Zark trip over on a rock and absolutely face plant, preventing further injuries only by the horns on your head. And this great bird of prey turns towards the very unstealthy Zark and lets out and starts swooping in towards Zark. What do you get for low initiative rolls? Okay, yep. Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative.
Ooh,
Best
nice.
roll.
Oh, 19
Rolled a
on the
19.
I knew I
dice.
should have. I knew I should have held the spell. Oh, lovely.
And it's Balin says, "Oh, damn it! I pulled a hammy. I'm out of this one, guys." Bronte says, "Oh, let me help you, Bronte. I'll keep you. I'll keep you safe, Balin." So the two players who aren't part of this particular session will not be participating in this combat. Okay, so as you face plant over here, Zark, as I said, the only thing taking you damage is your horns stick in the ground, and you pull your horns out of the ground. The Griffon lets out a it's trying to not say that word. Lets out a snarl and goes swooping in your direction. What do you do, Zark?
Am I prone or am I standing?
That was just for flavor for your terrible stealth roll. So you're standing
Yeah.
up. You're fine.
I realize this creature prodding his head towards me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking, or Zark's thinking, that if he has wings, he's probably used to flying, so he's gonna run towards it,
Yes.
and I am going to grab both his wings in the back and prevent him from moving away.
All right. So in other words, mechanically a grapple check. I'll tell you what it rolls. It rolls an 18.
Well, if I roll like balls, I'm not gonna make it.
Oh, you
Oof, almost.
grab hold of the
Ooh,
wings and wrestle
so
it to the ground, but it flaps its wings and you fall to the ground.
In that case, I'm gonna use a key point.
Yes.
But I
Love
didn't take
monks.
the attack action, so I can't.
No, you can't bonus action punch. You did with a flurry of. Yeah. You need to attack for your bonus action attacks.
How does the bonus action work? Can I bonus action attack anytime, or do I have to have used an attack?
Let's look at the rule. Lawyering. Uh,
When you use the attack action. Okay, so
Ah.
because I didn't do any of that, I'm not actually allowed to do that.
Yep.
It's a bummer. Yeah, so I just stay there then.
Okay. As you slide off its back, you almost manage to wrestle to the ground or fall off just at the last second. The beast comes and just stabs at you with its beak, but you roll out of it with a very monk style. Misses. Then, yeah, it's going to stick its claws into you and return the favor and try and grapple you. And this time it rolls a natural 20. Hooray!
Do I roll
Yay.
Yep.
athletics?
Yep, and you'll need a natural 20 as well, because I see you got a +4. He rolled a 24. It digs its claws into you and then flaps its mighty wings, and both of you are now 40 feet in the air.
40 feet in the air, right?
Yep. As it gets its claws and whoosh, lands up and goes har. Kyra comes rushing out from behind the bushes and says, Zark, you've got this. Do you want to stay alive or be heroic? Your choice.
He can't. He's not really paying attention because he's 40 feet in the air.
Okay, I think the Griffon's gonna drop you. I think you gotta stay alive. I'll sing. No, Song of Heroism. You got this, Zark. This is gonna make quite the story. You got it, Zark. And it's a Griffon slowly. Boom, boom. So she sang the Song of Heroism. So you can re-roll any die. That might be a damage die, might be a saving throw, might be an attack roll. Any die you like. Helena, you watch as Zark gets lifted up into the air. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to fly off over here.
Sure. I assume your fly speed is your walking speed, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
It's 30 feet up.
Yep.
Oh god, I have to do math.
What's the range of your spell?
That's well, there's two spells I was gonna do. One is 90 feet, the other one is 120.
I think that'll be fine because you're up in the air as well, right? So both of those spells would be within range.
So I'm going to bonus action, hex the creature,
Okay, it is hexed.
and by fate's command, I will order to drop my friend with a crackling ball of lightning.
Okay, what mechanically are you doing? The
Eldritch Blast.
oh, okay. The Eldritch blasts rips across the thing and thumps and the creature lets out a little squeal. As that will do 7 points of damage, including the hex. Okay, that's a hit.
And then that'll be my turn.
Okay. Ulysses. Your friend's in trouble. What do you do? Oh, good question. Helena, what does it have disadvantage on?
Oh, loose strength.
Strength is an excellent choice. Okay,
Oh, that's a wonderful choice.
Ulysses.
Too far away for bless. It's a shame. He will move up a little bit closer, and then he will cast Toll the Dead on it. He needs to
Okay,
make
so
a Wisdom saving throw.
Rolls an 8.
DC 14.
Let's roll that lovely d12. It has taken damage.
Oops.
Yay!
Ignore that.
Oh, well, I won't ignore the 12, though. That's fantastic. The creature just shakes its head off, almost loses grip on Zark, but then grabs it. That was a mighty hit, Ulysses. And is that your turn?
Yeah. We'll move
Okay.
forward, and then it's my turn.
Sure. Galvrant. What do you do?
Alrighty,
Zark's still way up in the
First
air.
things. Well, thanks to Helena, I now have a wonderful idea. As I watch Helena and Ulysses attack the creature, I am going to use my staff to hover over 2 rocks, launch them at the bird, and mid-flight they change into circular stripe type restraints. And I'm going to cast Earthbind. It needs a strength save of 14.
Okay, and what happens if it fails? Does it instantly go to the ground?
Yep.
Okay. I feel this is a very important roll. We're going to do it this style here.
Unfortunately, it's a strength save, not a strength check.
Yep, so
Yeah.
DC 14 strength save. It gets a +4 to this. So on a 10 or higher, it's going to succeed. So let's see, 10 or higher, it's going to succeed. Galvrant?
Yep, that's gonna... I use 30 feet, so that's gonna end my turn.
Okay, Zark, up in the air. Griffon with
I
its
don't like
cool talons.
being grabbed.
Mhm.
I can't reach his wings, right? Because I'm underneath his torso right now.
Yep.
So
You're in his
I'm
claws.
going to try and can you still hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yes.
I'm going to because Siren's Gate just stopped for a second. I'm going to try and break out of his claws. What
Okay,
do I
so-
need to do?
Well, he's going to make an athletics check at disadvantage and rolls a 9. So make an athletics check and you need a 10 or better.
Again by 1.
Again by 1. So the creature, you try and wriggle out of its grasp using your action. but it just digs its claws deeper inside of you.
Yep. That I assume that I can't do anything else. I'm just here.
We're technically grappled,
Um,
so unless you got a bonus action, Zark.
All my bonus action rely on me attacking first, so I don't actually can't do anything.
Well, that's your turn.
I
Yep.
start looking for the nearest tree to try and brace my fall.
Okay. Well, the good news.
Points.
So what should they be at the moment?
Should be 19 of 24, and that's what my character sheet shows on roll 20.
Yes, that's what I see
But I
here.
think it's not
19
linked.
of-
Oh, I only see 24. I see 24 on the bar above my name. I see full hit points. I don't know if everyone else sees the same.
Yeah, I see that you've been damaged a little bit.
Okay, must be a bug on roll 20. Sorry, you told me to roll
Dexterity saving throw DC
dexterity
15.
saving throw.
Ooh. You land on the ground, but you use your momentum to flip yourself up on your feet. And you don't have
2-point
slow
landing.
fall. Yeah, you don't have slow fall yet, do you? I don't think so.
Nope.
Nope. So you do land on the feet, and then the creature goes to attack you, not at advantage, but it does dig its beak into you for 13. Does that hit?
Nope.
No, 18. Yeah, and then it goes at you with its claws. Rakes it across your chest, digs into your chest, pulls its claw across, rolls an 18 to hit, and that's 10 points of slashing damage as blood sprays across.
Okay.
Zark, you're too young to die. I've only just gotten to know you. You're gonna persevere. You're gonna survive. So if you go to 0 hit points, Zark, you have a chance of coming back at 1, thanks to the Song of Perseverance you were singing. And guys, don't forget, when I sing the Song of Heroism, you can re-roll stuff. Gentle reminder, you could have re-rolled those saving throws, you could have re-rolled those athletics checks, so just keep that in mind.
What's the fun in that? What's the fun in that?
Helena, or Helena. What is it, Helena or Helena?
Helena?
Helena. Okay, Helena, what do you got?
I'm gonna fly over here, up on this hill. Still trying to keep an eye on any survivors.
Okay. So by
And,
fly, I assume you mean you're just like hovering off the ground, like more of a hover type fly.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
probably like only like 5 or 10 feet off the ground, something like pretty low.
Cool.
Does it still have Zark?
They're both
Does it
on
still
the
have
ground.
Zark grappled?
No, not grappled, but it's in the same way that it was chewing on these horses, it's starting to chew on Zark, but they're both on the ground.
Hey creature, leave him alone, and I will shoot off a couple more beams at him.
Okay.
Or I guess one beam at this level.
Eldritch Blast.
And then necrotic damage from the hex.
Oh, that does hit. A 13 does hit, so another 7 points on this creature. Some of its birds singe up, but it takes a damage, it reacts to it, but is very much focused on Zark. Looks like it wants to further its meal. I'm assuming that's your turn, Helena. Ulysses.
Yep, I don't have a bonus action.
You are muted, David, if you're trying to give us a very Hamlet monologue. David, you are muted.
Is he picking up his sister?
Oh, there we go. No, that's Joe that does that. Sorry,
no,
yep, we got
I'm
you,
just
Ulysses.
a bit, unfocused with a bit of a headache.
I'm just gonna cast Toll the Dead again.
Hold the dead again. Okay, wisdom saving throw. Take 3, so roll damage for that, Ulysses.
The balance is there.
And do you stay where you are?
A little bit creeping forward.
Like a little bit creepy forward. While the creature is slowly chewing its way through, Zaka momentarily stops, shakes its head, and there's a little blood trickling out of its eyes, but it goes back to feasting on Zark. Galvront.
Alrighty. Galvront is going to. Galvront is going to point his staff over towards the creature, and he's going to cast Shatter. But as he casts Shatter, at 2nd level, I need a con save of 14. And as for Zark, I'm going to use my Sculpt and Spell ability, which means he automatically succeeds. And I believe on a 6. I'm going to find that out for you right now. He takes no damage.
It's half. It's half damage on a successful save, unless you have a better one.
No, because my Sculpt and Spell feature, if they succeed, they would take no damage on a spell that says they would take half damage.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, well the good news is that the creature rolls a 9, so as your shatter goes, it's automatically going to take 13 points of thunder damage. Now it's looking really annoyed. It's looking... Do I have a hit point bar on it? Nice, I do, so you see how damage this is. Less than half. Very, very bloody. Galvront, nice. And do you stay where you are?
No, at this point, I'm pretty sure the creature knows where I am, so I'm gonna move back to take a little bit of cover at this tree.
Okay, ducking down beside the tree. Zark, what do? You're being feasted upon.
Can I have a rules clarification?
Sure.
Because according to the PHB, a grapple is a special attack. So it uses the attack action to grapple. Does that mean if and for instance, if I have multiple attacks, I could grapple with my first one and try and grapple again, or attack with my second one? But does that mean that I'm able to use, because most of my bonus actions they say, if you use the attack action on your turn.
Let's have a look. Okay. So grapple and shove are attacks and can be used as part of the attack section, but they're not unarmed strikes or attacks using a monk weapon. Yeah, they're not unarmed strikes and they're not a monk weapon. So it's not so much the attack action, it's the fact that you use an unarmed strike or a monk weapon. So it needs to be an attack with a monk ability. So the answer would be no. Does that make sense?
Well, I seem to read other things that says the rules are pretty clear. If you take the attack action, you can flurry of blows with your bonus action. The attack action could include a grapple or a shove. So, but you're saying that I can't. But what I'm gonna try and do anyways is grapple this creature again.
Okay, let me just check this. Yeah, but when you use the attack action with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon, you can make one armed strike as a bonus attack. So yes,
No, I'm reading flurry of blows.
Oh, flurry of blows. Okay, so look, flurry of blows. You can still flurry of blows. Immediately after you take the attack action. I'll say.
Yeah, it's not
I'll
clear.
say I can say you can grapple, and then you can flurry. I think that would be fine. But you can't.
I'm
just,
grappling. I,
Okay.
let me
Well,
try and grab
let's
this
resolve
creature
this grapple first. So it's still going to get disadvantage on this athletics feat. And the disadvantage it rolls an 11.
Right. So that means he's grappled.
Oh, you've already rolled? I didn't see your roll.
17 is above
17.
the flurry
Okay,
blows.
Yep. Thanks to the hex, otherwise it would have succeeded. So yep, it's grappled. You got a grip on it, and if you spend a key point to punch it, you could.
Yes. So and then I can punch him twice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
That's the first punch, and then the second punch.
First punch hits, the second punch misses, but as you unleash these punches, you crack its sternum, and it does 5 points of damage altogether. So that's how we'll do it in the future. If you want to grapple and then punch, you can only do it by spending a key point. A normal attack, bonus attack wouldn't work. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Regardless, you got it grappled. Bird doesn't like this. It's going to try and break free using one of its attacks. Once again, a disadvantage. Ooh, disadvantage rolls a 19. Oh. Got a firm grip on it. It is absolutely in full panic mode now. It's getting attacked by all directions. It's going to try it again. Another strength roll at disadvantage. It rolls a 6. So anything but a natural 1 or a natural 2, Zark. You got a firm grip on it, and it's trying to fly away, but you're not letting it. Kari says, "Oh, you're magnificent, Zark. I was so worried. Are you doing well? Keep it up. Keep it up." Helena.
Gonna make my way over to this side.
Make him away.
Still no sign of anybody else here?
Not that you can see.
Yeah, he's still too far for that. I'm gonna take out my short bow and try to go for a non-lethal knockout.
You can't do that with a bow, unfortunately. Has to be a melee.
Oh, can't do that with a bow? Okay.
No.
And ignore that roll.
And
that.
But you do. I'm confused. Did you fire your short bow or not?
No, because you said I can't non-lethal it.
Okay.
So in that case, it'll just be an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Okay, Eldritch Blast. Let's see. Too concerned about not killing it, the Eldritch Blast just flies by.
Oh, never mind. It missed it anyway.
It did miss it, yep. Okay. Helena, I assume that's your turn. Ulysses,
Yep.
You're up.
Ulysses is going to cast Sleep and try to position it in such a way that it only targets the Griffon.
What's the area of effect?
20-foot sphere.